What's going on, NBA fans? Welcome back to another episode of NBA Central. I got Stevo and Big Kev with me today. We here to let y'all know, well, at least I am. The Warriors are in trouble. It ain't
Oh,
over.
we here for
But
that too.
it's a little shaky right now. We're looking to talk about the Golden State Warriors. We're gonna talk about it plus more right after this.
No motherfucker on a bridge.
Thank you for tuning in to the number one place for your basketball fix, NBA Central, hosted by the Cognac Boys.
All right, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. If y'all like what y'all listening to today, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Now, last night, the Sacramento Kings, they handle business at the crib. They defend home turf, home court, however you want to call it. They defended it. And now they up 2-0 on the Golden State Warriors. The first time that Coach Steve Kerr has fallen to 2-0 as long as he's been the Warriors head coach. I got to hear from Stevo first. Do you think the Kings put a little bit more pressure on those Warriors, and are the Warriors in trouble?
Definitely. And it's mainly because I was watching this game and I'm saying, like, bro, their body language is completely off. They just
Bro,
not them. I've never seen the Warriors discombobulate. Like, even that year when Steph was out, like, that was just bad basketball. These
mhm,
dudes don't look confident in this team and within each other at all. They're in here making like their system for as far as I've long been watching them has always been crisp, executed perfectly, done right. That was by far probably the sloppiest game I've ever seen the Golden State Warriors play.
bro.
By far, I was seeing you can't be lazy passing on pick and rolls,
Bro.
especially a young team that's thirsty for them. They
Right.
was picking. They just knew it was gonna be low, and they was just gone. You
That's
they
crazy.
Mike Brown knows Steph Curry don't like anybody little grab guarding him. So you put somebody little and he's up in your grill all night. It bothered Curry. He knows that. Not too many people know that. So he
Bro.
put Mitchell on him. That gave him problems. Bro, yes, they in trouble. They are definitely in trouble. They have a turnover issue. They had the first game they had 15 turnovers. I don't even remember how many turnovers they had last night. It
They
just
had
looked like it
20.
was.
They had 20 of them.
They had
They
20
had a
turnovers
dub.
last night.
They had a dub and turnover. It's just all bad. They not making all their shots. It got to a point where Steph was just jacking, airballing, they not confident within themselves.
Bro, Kev.
Yeah, I mean, I'm right there with you, Steve-O. Especially after last night. You're looking at Steph Curry is obviously a volume shooter, but he's an efficient volume shooter, and he didn't bring it last night. The road troubles have been well documented all season long, and they didn't do themselves any favors these first two games. And then Jordan Poole, man, like Jordan Poole got his big old contract, and he's been a no-show pretty much this both
The
games this
whole
series.
season.
Especially, well, last night, bro, it's unacceptable. 1 for 7 from the field, 0 for 3 from the 3 point line, and then he added a turnover too because he wanted to join that party.
Mhm.
I just can't,
Me
I
too.
can't, I can't rock with what I'm seeing from Jordan Poole, from your others, because you still getting at least production from Wiggins and Klay Thompson and Curry. They putting the ball in the basket, but your bench is just not showing up, especially last night.
I
So
mean,
yes,
it just
they
goes back.
they are in trouble to answer your question. Yes.
It just goes back to what Steve was talking about. The body language is not right. Everybody believed that when Draymond Green and Poole got into their little thing before the season started, that it was gonna be a dark cloud that hover over the Warriors, and I kind of believe that is true. You know what I'm saying? Because and now I believe it's coming to a point to where you kind of getting tired of Draymond BS. You getting tired of
Mhm.
Draymond Green and his antics. You know what I'm saying? Like yesterday, we get it. You know what I'm saying? Dude did grab you right foot. You know what I'm saying? It probably you had somewhere to land. Okay, cool. You get ejected from the game. And when you get ejected from the game, now you sitting on the sideline taunting fans and shit, putting your
Yeah. That
livelihood
was
to play the next game at risk. Like, because if I'm looking at it, I'd be like, all right, cool. But he was ejected. The other player was given a technical. He can come back for game 3. But now since you turned towards the crowd and you taunting fans now and you all around the court, you not just turning towards the crowd trying to incite fans. Now you walking around the court bobbing and just doing a bunch of crazy behavior that a lot of people fed up with, and it's something that the league definitely gonna have to look into. I say he shouldn't get suspended, but knowing the NBA, we don't know, especially when you consider
we
everything that happened after he stumped on Sabonis.
we
He get that
always
boy. He gave that boy the Kirk Franklin treatment.
Bogus.
stomp, bro.
He bogus.
Bro, but like that's what it is. It's like if you ever pay attention to any sport or anything, any phase of life, once you're not winning, once you're not successful, they not allowing that antics. That's done. You don't
Well,
deserve that. You don't get that grace period.
they weren't allowing Draymond's antics to begin with. He's a career offender of
I
technical
mean,
fouls and ejections. I'm serious. Like the series they lost to Cleveland when Cleveland came back 3-1, Draymond was kicking people in the nuts. They
but
weren't going for
I
that.
mean in terms of the team is not going to deal with you.
Oh
The
yeah, oh
team
yeah,
Yeah,
kept dealing with you
they
yeah,
was
yeah,
because
winning. They was
y'all
still
not
winning and
winning
winning
no more.
championships
So
after that.
that's what out of all the times of his career, now is the time where you've been in the most conversation of not returning.
he up out of
It's
there.
now. And it's because you're not winning and you're doing your antics. Like you said, the antics was already getting you trouble, and putting a bad spot on the organization, costing you money, possibly costing the organization money and a championship. So it's like they're gonna look at that and be like, "All right, man, we ain't winning with you no more. You're not the same player. You're up in age, and you talking about you possibly want a max contract? Nah, you tweaking.
No, that's
Ain't no
something
team
that
giving him
can't
a max
happen.
contract. No team
No,
giving him a max
yeah, I
contract.
don't know what he on.
That's something that can't happen. But a lot of people moving forward when they think about the Warriors and the Warriors moving on to home. Everybody knows that Chase Center is wild. They get rowdy up in there. It's kind of just similar to how the Oracle was. And a lot of people gonna have a little faith in Golden State. Me too. I'm still gonna give them still gonna show them their respect because they are the defending champions with a lot of playoff
Hmm.
success. Record is 33-8 at home. But now we got to consider how confident this young Kings team is. For one, everybody disrespected them, talking about the sweet spot is to get the 6th seed so you can face the Kings. So they felt disrespected. And now the Kings, when you look at their road record, they solid. They 25-16. So they can handle business on the road. I'm gonna ask y'all this question, Big Kev. I'm going to you. Is it a lock? Is it a lock that Golden State win these 2 games
No,
at
it's
home?
not. Absolutely not. The Sacramento Kings is one of the few teams in the Western Conference that had a winning road record.
Bro.
And Mike Brown got them boys prepared, period. Especially for the Golden State Warriors, whether they're at
More
home or
prepared.
on the road. Like he has those guys ready to win regardless. They're not a lock. They are definitely not a lock. This is not a cakewalk, and you can see it already. Now you're gonna have to. It's gonna be a hostile environment, but them boys gonna be ready to play both games.
I'll tell you, one of the most dangerous teams to go up against is young, talented, and not scared.
Hungry.
Bro, because and that's a great point. And I'll let you finish real quick. But bro, Malik Monk
Love
is
them.
doing step back threes, dribble, spin around threes,
Love
and
them.
knocking them down.
Love
So
them.
you know
Young.
they don't give a hell. But go ahead, finish, Stevo.
They not. They all in for your grill. They taking it to you. They talking crazy. They yelling in your face. They don't care, bro. Like they almost got a nothing to lose mentality,
They
and
do
that's the
have a
worst type
nothing.
of team. Yeah,
That's not almost. They do have a nothing to lose mentality.
yeah.
I
Like
believe
they
they don't.
not.
I believe they don't really got much to worry about because if you look at them, they to me in my mind they kind of mimic each other as teams. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because looking at Draymond for the Warriors, you got Sabonis doing damn near the same thing for the Kings. Then
Way
you got
Mhm.
better.
a dynamic point guard on both squads. Then now these guys putting in
Man,
Mitchell just to kind of neutralize Clay and Steph.
on a
That
shooter.
and on the real, and that looked like what Clay used to look back when he was younger before the injuries.
And
At
look at
least
Mhm.
Trey
defensively,
Lyles. Look at
him
Trey
too.
Lyles.
Trey
That man
Lyles.
is
I've
hitting his
always been a
shots.
fan of him.
Michigan,
Yeah,
right? Or was
Yep.
he was Kentucky or Michigan?
I think he was in Kentucky.
He was because
bro.
they
They
got
got the whole Kentucky crew back.
he was Kentucky. So and they had six players scoring double figures last night. These guys came to play basketball, bro.
They did. They
Yeah.
did. I mean, because I'm with the next 2 home games. I'm not sure if it's a lock. If just to answer the question again, it's not a lock. And the Warriors, they're gonna have to come to play. Like if they think people just gonna roll over for them because Klay Thompson keep throwing up 4 fingers because he got 4 rings. That people don't care about that shit.
So
Like
no.
they gonna
No.
respect it, but they not gonna care about it, bro. That's last year. This is a new year, and y'all disrespected us all season, especially Draymond. He went on this whole podcast. I hope we play the Kings, is what he said.
Yeah. I can't wait. What you got to say about it? I bet there'll be no podcast this damn week.
Listen, if they get swept, he did his podcast like literally in the locker room after game 1. It was crazy. But if they get swept, man, you talking about the it's going to be sweeping changes. Draymond,
The hounds of hell will arrive
listen,
on that
Draymond
doorstep.
is going to be up out of there. They're going to make some
Oh, yeah,
changes in
that's
Golden
oh,
State
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I think. I don't see a sweep happen. I'm still show the champs they respect, but I definitely feel like we still gotta consider the motherfuckers losing in 5 at least. You gotta consider it. I want to see. But I don't really like to jump the gun, but I definitely want to see how these guys perform in Game 3, because if it's the same thing and the older Warriors team think that they're gonna run up and down the whole game with these young cats, it ain't happening.
And
Them motherfuckers running
you gonna
circles,
win.
boy.
You gonna lose that game 10 times out of 10. I'm telling you.
For real.
Don't sit there try to play that transition game with them. That ain't Mike Brown know what y'all gonna do.
Oh, bro.
He didn't taught them verbatim. They, like I said, they're stopping every single thing that y'all good at.
Yeah. Bro,
So,
Jordan,
Go ahead.
Steve-O, Jordan Poole can't even get ticked like that, bro.
Yep.
Like, the man got played 22 minutes in game 1 and 26 in game 2. And we know during the season he was a damn near 30 minutes, right?
And you looking
Yeah.
at Malik Monk, who's in the same position, coming off the bench, playing like he's the one with a championship, coming off a championship, playing like he's the one that just signed a $150 million contract or whatever it was. So it's that money don't matter. You got to go out there and perform, and that's what you're seeing from the Sacramento side versus the Golden State Warriors side. But I will say in the Warriors' favor at home, you can expect Curry to hit more than 3 threes. You know what I'm saying? You can expect Klay Thompson to go out there and put the ball in the basket as well.
He hit 5 threes though.
I ain't gonna lie, but if I'm
He
Curry,
did.
I think I'm starting to consider playing more minutes over Gary Payne playing more minutes over Poole.
Yep.
Oh yeah, you got to.
For defense.
You got to. The defense, you need a defense, and and you got.
He does everything else that y'all don't want to do.
Yeah, and Jordan Poole is an erratic shooter. He'll come down instead of running a set or trying to get into some offense. He'll come down and just jack it.
Bro, crazy
And that
as hell.
motherfucker break, and it's a long rebound. You helping out
That you can't get. Bro,
transition.
that's another transition point. Yep.
On the real. So that's some type of the things that I say. But Steve-O, before we go, just elaborate a little bit more on what you think the Warriors need to do.
Hey, sit down and come up with a game plan. And I feel like it's honestly got to be. You gotta play. You won a championship with Gary Payne. Like I said, you gotta play him more. He does all the dirty work. Wiggins is starting to slowly become into his own. So I will probably set up, and they were, but I will set up more plays for him. I would try to I would try to scheme some ways to get Steph into the hole more, because he just been shooting since the series started. And I'm like, I get it, but like he's one of those players where he could beat you all around and he's not even thinking that way. Like he's not even shooting many mid-range shots either. And he's good at that as well. So I would one of my biggest gameplay is find a way to get to the line.
For sure. That's fair. Kev, what you got for how the Golden State Warriors can improve?
Well, first and foremost, you got to stop turning the ball over.
Yeah,
15 turnovers and 20 turnovers. You're giving this young team extra possessions, so you definitely got to stop turning the ball over. Secondly, they got to figure out a way to either trap Sabonis on the elbow or put some pressure on these guys defensively. Because what Sabonis is doing is basically
waste no dribbles, bro.
Exactly, and he knows how to find the open man as well. So it's like you got to make it harder on Sabonis. You can't just have him reading the court. The kind of what we said earlier about Draymond. Like Draymond would just read the court, do this high pick and roll, so on and so forth, and find the open man. Defensively, Golden State is going to have to step it up. Those two things alone should change things. And I'm right there with you, Steve-O. Curry got to start going to the basket more. You can't just shoot all threes and expect to be effective versus this team that's being coached by not just Mike Brown, but other personnel from Golden State Warriors who know all your tendencies. So they're gonna have to scheme into some victories, man. I'm looking forward to Game 3.
Yeah,
You got to be a coach for real. Like and I'm say this because certain times it's just after the Warriors be just being Warriors. So he just let
yeah.
them do that thing. Sometimes you got to be a coach at times, no matter how talented your team is.
Yeah, it's time to reinsert himself back into what the hell they need to do. I think the first thing they need to do is at least keep the rebounding close or
Mhm.
win it. You gotta be able to get yourself some second chance points, and you got to be able to steal some extra possessions from the Kings, because these guys, they was at home. That damn arena was
It was loud.
rocking.
It was definitely rocking.
Rocking, and they lit the beam twice on y'all, so y'all gonna have to go ahead and make sure y'all good. And then I also think that defensive communication needs to be better too.
Mhm.
Like on one of the big buckets from De'Aaron Fox, they attacked the middle of the paint, got it into the corner to Mitchell. Mitchell drove baseline, found De'Aaron Fox at the top, and that wasn't just the only play. That's been happening in both games, so they got to be better on the communication side when it comes down to it. And I think they'll be solid. I think they still got a chance, but hey, it's gonna be a hard 2 games at their house, because the Kings, they know what they getting into. Mike Brown coaching them up. Yeah, they young. The Golden State Warriors gonna have to get some momentum going though into games 3 and 4 for
And
sure.
you know what's I would just say serendipitous is Draymond Green said all this stuff supposedly because it's not that long of a travel. Like they don't have to travel much.
Right.
Then that benefits the Kings, dummy. Like the Kings now, they done won 2 games at home, and the niggas gotta go 45 minutes the other way to play 2 more games. Like it ain't just like y'all was playing by yourselves, Draymond. You got to play the Kings, and they benefit from the same thing that you was just talking about.
Goof.
That's true. That's true. Any final thoughts, Stevo?
No. Hey,
Kev?
y'all better get it together.
Hey, them boys backs against the wall, and it's good to see. We done seen the Warriors have so much playoff success over the last 7, 8 years.
Mhm.
It's good to see them with some struggles in the first round. We're gonna see how they bounce back.
Knock
Bro.
their ass down the peg.
And that's fair too. And I'm willing to see how they come back, because they did do a lot of talking. Draymond do entice a lot of people. So I know y'all ain't finna let these young bucks come up here and do what they do. But we gonna see. It's just adding more intrigue to these NBA playoffs, which have been great. But that's it from us today, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Y'all can follow everybody here collectively at NBA Central Pod on Twitter. If you want to send everybody here something, hit us up at nbacentralshow@gmail.com. And if y'all want to leave a hot take or respond to any video that we drop, go ahead and hit us up. Give us a text message or a phone call, 773-270-2799. It's another episode of NBA Central. I'm Bobby with Kev and Steve-O. We're going to catch y'all on the next one.
Thank you for tuning in to the #1 place for your basketball fix, NBA Central, hosted by the Cognac Boys.